Facing. Hello. All right, 13:41 to go in the first. 0-0, Chevrolet on the draw. Facing off against Collège Notre Dame. Alouette. All right. Send that around. Picked up by Mael. Fires that around number 9. Just gets out with it. 9 up for White. White takes it in his own. Oh, pass kicked out. There you go. Judd keeps that in. White puts it deep. On the net, Chevy picks it up. In the corner. Cuts out front. On our backhand, sends it over for White. She gets a shot. Nice save for the goalie. White gets the puck behind the net. Over for Chevrier. Pucks to the blue line. Judd chips it up. Alouettes chip it out. 9 stops her at the blue line. With the puck in the zone. Loose puck picked up by White. The old chip and change. Puck comes over the blue line. Trip back to the Alouette zone. In the neutral zone, Harris and Cole working at it. Adler brings it in for the Notre Dame. Their shot, saved by Navarro, rebound. Picked up by St. Charles. Skate out of the zone, chip it in. Kept in by Carly Shea. In comes Bryant. Knocked away by Adler. Adler gets a shot off the toe of Navarro. At the blue line, Alouettes keep it in. Back to the blue line. Adler fires a shot through traffic, blocked in front. Adler gets her own rebound, gets another shot. That goes wide. Oh, wait. There he goes. St. Charles gets it back. Chip it up over the blue. Hands up for icing. $11 minutes to go, 0-0. St. Charles chips it up. Carly Shea gets it in the zone. Pass in front, can't connect. At the blue line, we keep it in. Back to the blue. Carrington over for Kalen. She cuts in, gets it to Carly. Carly takes it in the corner. Cuts back to the high slot. Gets it out front. Carrington circles back. Jolie's there to help out. Takes it in the corner. Shot blocked by Notre Dame. They skate out of the zone. At the red line, Judd stops him. Gets it back for the D. Picked up by Manini. Manini to Angus. Angus cuts in, gets a shot, goes in the corner. Bryant keeps it in, but comes out from Notre Dame. And Chevrier gets it back at the red line. They bang into each other. Everyone's back up. Angus gets the puck. Angus sends it behind the net. Shipped up center, picked up by Notre Dame. Knocked away by St. Charles. Back in the zone, back for Ryan. Ryan goes behind the net. Bryant gets it back. On the sidewall, we chip it up. Kept in by Adler. Wait, no, Adler's on the front there. 21 and 27 mixed up. 27's Adler for Alouettes. She's got the puck now. She fires a shot. That's blocked by Chevrier. Loose puck. Chipped up to Mael from Ryan. Mael gets it in the zone. Battle at the blue line. It's back for Bryant. Bryant circles back up center, gets it in the zone. Notre Dame stops her at the blue line. Gets some help from Cole. Harris to Judd. Judd off the boards for Cole. Cole takes it in the zone. J. Cole fires a shot. Glove save. Puck's in the corner. Harris gets it, sends it down low, picked up by Notre Dame. They chip it up to the blue line. Judd keeps it in, but Notre Dame chips it out. Pass up center into the zone, off a couple skates. Shade sends it into the zone for Harris. Cole. Pass in front, off a couple skates, cleared away. Notre Dame chips it up the boards and out. St. Charles gets it back for Angus off a change. Angus for Kalen. Kalen gets it back for Jolie. She takes it into the zone. Behind the net. Tries to get out front. Now she does. Just off the reach of Carrington. Back in the zone. St. Charles fires it up the boards. The blue line. It's kept in by Notre Dame. Shot in front, saved by Navarro. Rebound picked up by Bryant. She chips it out of the zone. Notre Dame gets it back into St. Charles territory, but Manini for Bryant. Bryant chips it up in the zone. Angus finds it. Angus out front, can't get the shot. Calize's there to help out. In comes Chevrier. Oh, having a tough game today. He's getting tripped up. Now Carrington behind the net. Split to Manini. Out front, shot fired, goes wide. Rebound goes into the corner. Notre Dame gets the puck behind the net. Skate it out, send it back to the blue line. Shot blocked by St. Charles. Ryan Chevrier takes it out. Yeah, Raina Fletcher blocked the last shot. Chevrier gets the puck. Chevrier tries to get that across. Now she does. Bryant gets it. Regroups in the neutral zone. Got some help from Ryan. Ryan over for Kalen. Kalen across for Fletcher. Fletcher across the red line. Over the blue. We're offside there. Shot fired, rebound off the side of the net. Judd puts it out front. 17 picks it up. Gets it back to the blue line for Kalen. Kalen sends it deep in zone. In the corner, St. Charles sends it across for Judd. Bounces over her stick though. Pucks up for Harris. Harris gets it in his zone. Pressure from Notre Dame. Shot fired by Harris. Save is made. Puck back out front. Cold stick is lifted. Adler comes out with it for Notre Dame. Takes it wide. Gets the shot. Save is made. And Cole sends the puck around. Shea chips it up for Cole. Cole chips it over the blue line. Notre Dame goes D to D. Chip it up center, back into St. Charles zone. Both separate teams. Judd behind the net, picks it up. Fires it up center for Manini. Manini picks it up, goes in the zone. She gets a shot just wide. Chipped out by Notre Dame, but it's kept in by St. Charles. We got a face-off in their zone. Cross ice pass into the zone, picked up by Angus. Angus got some pressure, circles back. Puck comes out of the zone. Manini with it. Puck comes out front, loose, tucked in by Avery Manini. Assist from Angus, 1-0 St. Charles. Okay, off the draw, everyone's tied up. Notre Dame gets over the blue line, but Bryant gets it back out. All right, back to the blue line in front for Bryant. Her shot, glove save, rebound from Chevrier. That's saved again. The puck comes up the boards. Brooklyn Manini pinches. She keeps that in the zone. Bryant down low, gets it in the corner. Cycles it for Chevrier. Chevrier gets it back to Bryant. Bryant's backhand off the side of the net. She gets a loose puck. Back for Ryan. Ryan to the blue line for Brooklyn. Brooklyn off the boards for Ryan. Ryan into the corner. coming behind the net. Almost got that in the slot. Notre Dame gets a stick on it, and it's back for Brooklyn. She's got some pressure. She'll send that around the boards. It's picked up by Cole. Cole set for Kaylin. Kaylin tries to get it back for Cole, gets away from her. Judd gets the puck back, fires up center for Bryant. 1-on-1 the other way. Bryant gets a shot. Goalie makes a save. Rebound picked up by Bryant. Let's back to the blue line. Can't connect. Yeah, no icing. We passed it. Notre Dame gets there first. Pressure from White keeps her behind the net. Now Notre Dame trying to get it up on our net. Blocked by Cole. White chips it up to the blue line. Notre Dame keeps it in. Brooklyn Manini behind the net with 1 minute to go in the first. Cole with the puck. Sends it up center for Harris. Harris gets into the zone. Circles back in the corner. In front for Cole, back for Harris. Pass in front. Goalie gets a stick on it. Notre Dame finds a loose puck, but then Cole's shot just wide of the net. Rebound picked up by Shea. Turns in the corner. Back for Harris. Harris sends it back for Shea. Gets it out front. Cole's shot blocked. 25 seconds to go in the first. White keeps it in. Cole to Harris. Her shot just over the net. Manini fires that back towards the net. It's loose. It goes in. I don't know if Cole got a piece of that or if that's all Manini, but it's 2-0 St. Charles. Nobody's going to the bench to high five, so we'll see what the score sheet says later. Back in the St. Charles zone, loose puck, sent away, picked up by J. Cole at center, but that's the end of the first. All right, second period action. Manini on the draw, Angus and Palize on the wings. Judd and Plant on the point. Puck gets to the St. Charles zone. Judd chips it up for Carrington. Carrington for Avery. Avery in the Notre Dame zone. Takes the shot. Goes out of bounds. I think it was off the goalie. Doesn't matter though, it's inside either way. Off the draw, it's back for Angus. Angus across for Plant. Her shot goes to Carrington, goes out front, knocked away by Notre Dame. They chip it out of the zone. Judd gets it back for St. Charles behind the net. Hits the brakes, reverses, double reverse, gets tied up. Notre Dame gets a shot. It's loose. Puck goes in the corner. Now intercepted by Angus. She chips it into the zone. Out front, puck cleared away by Adler. She takes it around the net. Coming up the side. Into the zone. She's got pressure, sends it behind the net. Notre Dame gets it back in the corner. Pressure from Angus ties her up. Alouettes get it back, send it back to the blue line. Shot from the point on net. Navarro makes a save, rebounds loose. It's saved, it's on some people. Navarro finds the loose puck and covers it up. Basically on the goal line, it looks like. Good position from the ref to make that call. And a close call that was. 13 and a half minutes to go in the second. 2-0 for the Birdies. Puck goes behind net for White. She chips it up. Gets knocked away by the Alouettes. Manini chips it up. Hits the player in the face. Comes back for Brooklyn. Fires up the boards again. At the blue line, Fletcher gets it there, but it's kept in by Notre Dame. Pressure in the corner from Chevrier, ties her up. Support from Brooklyn, gets that up for Fletcher. Kept in again by Notre Dame. Now Bryant after the loose puck. Gets it back to White. White back for Bryant. She gets it in the zone. Support from Chevrier keeps it in, but the Alouettes get it out. Back in this St. Charles zone. Mel White gets into the corner. Puck comes around the other side now. Pass out front. Can't connect with anybody. Chevrier gets the loose puck and skates out with it. She chips it up into the zone. Goes through the player. Pressure from Chevrier, gets it back. She takes it to the high slot. Back to the blue line for White. White gets a shot. Blocker save. Puck's up in the air. Knocked away by Notre Dame. They clear it out of the zone, but Judd's back for it. She's all alone. She fires it up the boards for Bryant. Bryant gets a piece of it, but Notre Dame picks it back up at the red line, circles back in their zone. Intercepted by Shea. Shea to Cole off the boards and chipped away by Notre Dame. Plant to Cole. Cole gets Shea in the feet. Loose puck picked up by Adler. And in the zone for Notre Dame. Gets slowed down. St. Charles gets it back. Plant takes it behind the net. Plant to Cole, up for Harris. Out of the zone. There's a heater kicking on now. Now over for Judd. For Cole. Cole gets it to the blue line. Notre Dame gets it back. Pressure from Shea. Forces it back for Plant. Over for Judd. Judd takes it for a little skate into the zone. Gets through a couple more. Gets a shot. Rebounds loose. Cole keeps it in the zone. Puck comes out front. Kept in by Manini. Now Notre Dame chips it away. Nice forecheck from Jenna Cole, gets that in front. Shea finds the puck. She's in the corner with it. Tries to work it out front. Cole gets there. It's knocked away by Notre Dame. They come out of the zone with it. White stops her at the red line. Chips it back in the zone. White keeps the pressure going. And Notre Dame gets the puck now. Loose puck in the neutral zone, picked up by Notre Dame. Angus on the back check gets the puck, sees a lane, comes up wide with it. Cole driving the net. Angus loses the puck and she gets it back, sends it out front. It's back to the point. White into the corner for Avery. Avery takes it behind the net. Circles back, tries a shot. Goalie sends it in the corner. Avery sends it back to the net, but the Alouettes pick it up. Notre Dame slaps it down for an icing. They're looking for a breather, and they are going to get that. 9.5 minutes to go in the second. Off the draw, it's back for Brooklyn. She puts it deep into the zone. Ank picks it up. Comes out of the corner with it. Back to the blue line for White. She gets that over for Brooklyn. Brooklyn and Jolie. Jolie down low for Avery. Avery tries to get that back for Jolie. Notre Dame gets a stick on it. Brooklyn Manini fires it back in the zone. Hits her sister in the head. I don't know if that was personal or not. Manini to Manini. And now Paize gets loose puck back for White. Oh, one-timer from Manini, just a little off after taking a puck to the head. She gets the puck back from Carrington. Avery sends it behind the net. Jolie back for Avery. Avery chips it off the net, gets it to Jolie. Her shot saved. Rebound picked up by Hannah Adler for Notre Dame. She skates into the zone. Tied up by White. Hannah circles back to the blue line. Hands it off to the defense. Shot through traffic. Goes wide. Puck chipped up by White to Angus. Angus gets the red line. The old chip and change. There are a couple new skaters out there. Pressure from Bryant. Support from Chevrier and Fletcher. Then loose puck picked up by Plant. Plant to Bryant. She goes across the blue line into the zone. Through a couple players, couldn't get the shot. The goalie makes a save and the whistle goes. 8 minutes to go in the second. Off the draw, loose puck picked up by Chevrier. She takes it behind the net. Around in the corner. At the hash marks. Cuts into the high slot. She's on her backhand though. Puts it out front. Knocked away by Notre Dame. Loose puck. Back in the St. Charles zone. Scooped up by Judd. Off the boards. Out of the zone. And Fletcher gets it. Stretch from Chevrier to stay onside. Now Ryan gets the puck into the corner and it cuts out front for Bryant. One-timer saved by Notre Dame. Now Bryant comes out in the slot with it over for Plant. She gets a shot that's deflected, loose in front. Chevrier gets the loose puck, battles, gets it over to Plant. Shot from Bryant. Now Chevrier gets it in the corner. Notre Dame gets it out of the zone. Iced and waved off. Judd's back there for it. Notre Dame making a change. Kalen going for a skate. No, yes, she's thinking about it. She enters the zone. Pass out front. Gets to Notre Dame off a couple sticks. Chevrier on the back check. Shot goes wide. Rebound picked up by White. She gets that to Bryant. Bryant back down low, circles behind the net, cuts out front, finds Fletcher. Fletcher gets it into the zone. Notre Dame sends it back in. Potentially offside, no call there. Shot from the blue line, blocked by Judd. She skates it out after a little toss and gets over the blue. Fletcher at the red line working at it. She gets it to Notre Dame blue line, but Adler gets it back in the St. Charles zone. Nice work from White, ties her up. Big save from Kiki. And a battle down low. Harris comes out with it. Notre Dame gets a loose puck, though. They get in, shot fired. Vero makes the save. 5:45 to go in the second. Still 2-0 for the Cardinals. Behind the net. Chip the puck up and over the blue line. Harris finds a loose puck, takes it into the zone, chips it down low. She's behind the net. Cuts out front. Can't get the pass though. White pinches and keeps it in. Circles back. She's got support from Harris. Puck comes back for Cole. She's covered at the blue line. Cole tries to get that over. Second effort, gets it to Shea. Her shot, saved by the goalie. Chipped away by Notre Dame. They fire that all the way down. That's going to be icing. 4:50 to go in the second. We'll be back at it again tonight at 7 o'clock as St. Charles boys face off against Llewellyn. Back to the blue line. Plonk to Judd. Over for Manini. Manini and Angus work out in the corner. Back to the blue line, and Notre Dame comes out with it. Carrington on the back check gets that over for Kalen. Kalen comes up the side with it. She enters the zone. Gets the shot off the goalie. Plont gets the loose puck. Over for Carrington. Carrington for Angus. Angus into the zone at the hash marks. Sends it for Carrington. Carrington circles back. Hands it off for Angus. Angus comes out of the corner in the slot. She's got a lane, gets the shot. Nice blocker save. Now Notre Dame comes out with it. Judd stops him at the blue line. Chips it back in Notre Dame zone. Iced and waved off. Pressure from Avery. Avery battles. Could have been a potential hooking call there. A little cross check, no big deal. And Notre Dame comes out with it. They enter the zone. Shot goes wide. Now Carrington with it. Puck comes out. Slot, blocker save. It's up in the air. Angus finds the puck in the corner. Sends it behind the net for Judd. Judd's going to chip it up for Carrington. She gets that out of the zone. Notre Dame chips it back in there. Offside. Still offside. Back onside. Carrington sends it for Angus. Oh, we were back onside, but it was a close call. Oh, there we go. Nice work from Bryant. Stops her at the blue line. Re-enters Notre Dame territory. 3 minutes to go in the second. Can't get a shot. Takes it behind the net as St. Charles makes a change. Puck's back to the blue line. Judd keeps it in. Chevrier can't get the shot off. Puck's loose in the slot. Notre Dame sends it away. Mel White gets it over for Brooklyn Manini. Brooklyn circles back. Finds Raina Fletcher. Raina cuts to the slot. Gets it for Chevrier. Her shot over the net. Puck's behind the net now. Chevrier, Fletcher working at it. Getting some help from Bryant. Alouettes find it though. Send it across. Brooklyn Manini sends it back into Alouette territory. Alouettes back to the Cards. Manini right back to the Alouettes. Alouettes fire that in the zone. That's going to be icing. 2 minutes to go in the second. 2-0 is the score. Harris on the draw. Puck goes in the corner. Notre Dame takes it behind the net. Up through center, knocked away by St. Charles. Get it back for Manini, up for White. Into the neutral zone. Cole to Harris. Get back onside. And now Notre Dame gets the puck and skates out of the zone. At the blue line, they get a shot. Navarro makes a save and plays it for White. White goes for a low skate. Notre Dame was on a change of their forwards. White gets a shot off the blocker and out of bounds. 1:15 to go in the second. There's a couple more players on St. Charles' bench at Notre Dame, so that's going to help St. Charles in the third period. As we enter the final minute of the second, it's back to Chevrier. Her shot deflected away. Harris battles in the corner. Harris chips it back to the blue line. Chevrier sends it down low for Harris. Harris tries to get that out front. Notre Dame chips that away. Now Harris keeps the battle going. Notre Dame behind the net. Chip it away. Manini finds it. She's in the corner with 40 seconds to go. Avery, pass out front, in their feet. Harris' shot goes wide. Alouettes send it down the ice. Oh. Icing going to be called. Almost sounded like it hit his stick, but 27 seconds to go in second. Off the draw, goes in the corner, and so does Carrington. Notre Dame chips it around the boards. They get it up to the blue line. Chevrier gets it back, chips it in the zone. Force the play. Alouettes get it up. Judd gets a piece of it. Manini gets the rest. Hand it to Angus. She's got 5 seconds. She gets a shot just a little high, and that's going to be the end of the second. 2-0 for the Cardinals. All right, 15 minutes to go. 2-0 St. Charles. Avery facing off against Charlotte. Avery gets that back for White. White over for Manini. Manini to Manini. Into the zone. But now Charlotte gets it out. White stops her at the blue line. White again at the blue line, knocks the puck out, gains the red, dumps it in. Behind the net, pressure from Avery. In comes Carrington and Jolie. Nice stick check from Mail, and Carrington puts it back in the zone. Notre Dame sends it around. Brooklyn keeps it in. It's in her feet. She gets it over for Avery. Avery comes across the blue line. Cuts back down low. She's in the slot now. Her shot just wide. Almost got it blocked side. Brooklyn Manini for Jolie Angus. Angus leaves it back there. Comes over the blue line. Brooklyn sends it back in the zone. Offside. We're back onside. Notre Dame gets possession. They send it up center. Off a skate. Offside, it's called. Notre Dame chips it up into the zone. Nice and waved off. Plot chips that up. Bryant gets it out of the zone. Puck goes into the corner. Pressure from Chevrier. Kind of spins it around. Nice and waved off. Judd's back there for it. Turns with it. Sends that cross ice for Fletcher. Fletcher gets in the zone. Nice move. Glove save. Rebound. Puck still loose. Ref lost sight of it. Whistle goes. 13-17 to go in the third. Back for Judd. She sends it deep in the zone. Bryant gets it back behind the net. Comes out front. Her shot over the net. Judd pinches. Keeps that in. Cuts across to the slot. Gets it to Chevrier. Knocked out by Notre Dame. Oh, Chevrier ties up. Blows the wheel a little bit. Judd helps her out, and Bryant gets the puck. Bryant back up on her feet. Take a little break. Bryant comes up through the zone. Slap shot. Rebound bounces out. Played by Fletcher. In comes Cole. Cole gets it out front. Loose puck in the corner now. Cole finds it. She ties up. Gets support from Shea. Behind the net. Shea gets it in the corner. Comes out with it. Sends it back to the blue line. White back for Carly. Carly shot. Glove save. Harris on the draw, gets that back for White. White chips it in the zone. White chips it back in the zone. Harris gets it. Knocked away. Notre Dame chips it up, but Mail White gets it back. Sends it cross ice for Shea. Up center for Cole. Cole fires that in the zone. Gets the loose puck in the corner. Puts it out front, bounces over a stick. Notre Dame chips it out at the red line. Nice hustle from Brooklyn Manini. Gets it back for the Cards. She gets up center for Cole. Puts it in the zone. Knocked away by Notre Dame. It goes out of bounds. We're going to face off in the neutral zone. 11.5 minutes left in regulation. Knocked into the zone. Notre Dame sends it up into the neutral zone. Pressure from Plot. Slows her down, and Angus gets the puck around for Kalen. Up for Carrington now. A couple players and the ref in the way. Comes cross ice for Jolie. Jolie off the boards, out of the zone. Pressure from Avery, almost got it, but now Carrington gets it. She sends it down low for Avery. Oh, Avery tried to play that off the boards, got away from her. Now Notre Dame heads the other way to get in the zone. Angus is back there for it. Sends that around the boards. Notre Dame tries to get that out front. Avery stops her. Now Notre Dame gets a shot. Glove save from Kiana Navarro. Judd clears it over the blue line off the draw. Chevrier gets it over the other blue line. Almost gets tripped up, gets it behind the net. Comes out with it. Circles around, gets in the slaughter, tries a shot for a deflection. Goes in the corner. Adler picks it up for Notre Dame. She goes for a skate. And she hands it off to her teammate. Notre Dame enters the zone. Plante slows her down. Bryant gets it to Chevrier. Chevrier back for Bryant. Her shot off the blocker. Loose puck picked up. Oh, high stick is called. Hey, back to the blue line. Manini to White. Excuse me, D2D pass. Gets the red line, dumps it in. Pressure from Cole, ties up. Notre Dame comes out with it. Over the blue, red. In the St. Charles zone, blocker save. Notre Dame sends it behind the net. Brooklyn's there for it. Bounces away from her. She sends it up for Carly. Carly up center for J. Cole. She gets in the zone, fires a shot. Goalie makes a save. Cole gets the rebound. Cuts in the high slot. Another shot. Save. Rebound from Harris now. She takes the puck in the corner. Comes out front. Sees Plante coming in. Her shot. Save. Judd gets the puck now. She's in the corner. Gets it out front. Notre Dame gets it back and fires it down for an icing. In red, just to be there. No, if you went to high school, you should know which team it is. The dark. Yeah. Judd to Angus in front for Manini. Cleared away by Adler. It's back for Judd. She sends that down low for Angus. Angus gets it out front. Adler finds it. Chips it away. Judd gets a piece of it in the neutral zone. Adler picks it up, but Angus with some pressure. Getting some help from Carrington. Carrington gets it in the zone. Carrington in the corner, sends it back for Jolie. Jolie skates, leaves it for Kalen. Kalen walks in, gets a shot, deflected. Judd gets it back in the corner. And Alouettes chip it out into the St. Charles zone. That's right back for Angus, who's covering on the point. She gets in the slot, gets a shot. Goalie makes a save off a deflection. Rebound held on to by the netminder. I was gonna say it's just 5 White to Manini. She fires out on net. It's in. Wow. All right, 3-0 St. Charles on a funny bounce. 6:42 to go in regulation. Bryant brings it in the zone. Bryant in the corner. Double team, getting help from Fletcher. Gets it out front. Shivery can't get the shot off. Net comes off. It's bad. All right, in the corner, Shea working at it. Gets some pressure, sends it towards the front of the net. Cleared out by Notre Dame. Ice and waved off. Adler gets the puck in the corner, takes it behind the net. Into the far corner. Pressure from White, and Shea gets the puck out. Notre Dame just sends it back in the neutral zone. In comes Harris. She's in a battle. She gets it over for Kalen. Kalen chips it up into the zone. Icing called. All right. Five and a half left in regulation. Judd sends it behind the net. Oh, bounces out front. Glove save from Navarro. Oh, change up the forwards. Back to the blue line. Shot goes wide. Plot picks it up. Fires it around. There's A for Judd. Judd across for Angus. Angus into the zone with Manini. She gets it over for Avery. Her shot just misses. Avery gets a puck behind the net. Trying to work that out for Jolie. Can't get a pass. Sends it down low. Angus after in the corner. Battles back to the blue line for Judd. Her shot just wide. Comes back to the hash marks. Notre Dame sends it out. Judd gets to the neutral zone. Off the boards for Carrington. Carrington back into Notre Dame territory. Pass deflected out front. Judd gets it back at the blue line. They're offside. She hands it off to Plant. Plant to Manini. They get in the zone. Now Notre Dame trying to re-enter St. Charles territory. Carrington stops her at the blue line. Manini gets it back in Alouette territory. Her shot is saved. Rebound sent away. Kept in by Fletcher. Fletcher gets it back to the blue line. Notre Dame gets it back. Puck comes in the zone. Brooklyn Manini with it. Gets it up for Fletcher. Over for Avery. Avery in the zone. Tries to get a shot. Blocked by Notre Dame. Now a shot from the blue line. Bounces. Rebound from Angus. Saved by the goalie. Now a shot from the blue line. Save. Avery tries to tuck it in. Can't. Comes around the other way. Gets a shot. That's blocked. And Brooklyn Manini keeps it in the zone. But now Hannah Adler comes out the other way. 2-on-2 with the back checker. She dumps it in. Manini fires it around the boards. Fletcher picks it up. She's got Chevrier. Hits her at center. They get the puck in the zone. Comes out for Kalen. Kalen brings it back in the zone. Drops it for Ryan. Ryan takes it behind the net. Works out front. Kalen gets a shot. Rebound. Saved again. Now rebound from Bryant. Finds the net. Chevrier to Judd to Bryant. In the net. 4-0. Just under 3 minutes left in the third period. Puck's back to the blue line. Shots fired. Glove save. Off the draw. Notre Dame gets it behind the net. Pressure forces the puck out. Ice and waved off. Judd gets it behind the net for Plant. Plant gets tied up, sends it up for Chevrier. Alouettes keep that in. They get it out front. Can't get a shot though. Puck goes in the corner for Fletcher. Fletcher takes it behind the net. Up the boards. Kept in by Notre Dame. Pass it out front. Judd blocks that. Puck goes back for Plant. Plant. Up. And out. Notre Dame gets it back. Catches us on line change. Back check from Chevrier. Doesn't allow a quality shot. Romero makes a save. And Brooklyn Manini gets it up for Ryan Chevrier. Trouble in the neutral zone. Alouettes pick it up. They get in, cut wide, get a shot. Navarro makes a save. Rebound picked up by Manini. Nope. That's White. White to Bryant. Bryant streaks into the zone, gets past a couple of players all alone. Just couldn't get the shot off. Now she's got a battle against 3 Alouettes. And then puck comes up to the blue line. White and Cole keep that in. Notre Dame fires it around, comes back for Brooklyn Manini. Her shot goes in front. Cole almost had the one-timer. At the blue line, kept in by White. Cole walks in with it, gets the shot, deflected over the net, and we enter the final minute of regulation time. 4-0 Cardinals. Puck comes back for White. She walks in, her shot into the glove. 50 seconds on the clock. Harris gets it in front, knocked away by Notre Dame. Harris battles, gets over for Plant. Plant chips it up. Judd gets a piece of it. Notre Dame gets in the zone, gets a shot. Navarro pulls in the rebound. 30 seconds left in regulation. I should be. Angus chips up for Manini. 20 seconds on the clock. Manini drives the net. Can't get the shot. Angus picks up a loose puck. Sends it back for Kalen. Kalen sends it down low for Carrington. Knocked away by Notre Dame. Kept in by Plante. Plante for Judd. Judd walks in, gets a shot. Glove save at the buzzer too. So that's all she wrote. Thanks for tuning in. See you all at 7 o'clock.